भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग। तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Please take your seats. Hon'ble President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu, Mr. Goenka, Chairman and Managing Director of the Indian Express Group, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. On behalf of the Ramnath Goenka Memorial Foundation, we welcome you to the Ramnath Goenka Excellence in Journalism Awards ceremony, an annual event that started as a part of Ramnath Goenka's centennial celebrations to recognize and honor the best journalism across the country, is now known as one of the most desired honors a journalist can receive in India. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute honor for us to have the Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu, to present the awards this evening. Thank you very much, ma'am, for being with us here today. We'd like to also welcome and thank everyone else who is present here and our partners for this evening, our presenting partner TVS, associate partners Government of Madhya Pradesh, Government of Uttarakhand, Government of Haryana, Government of Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat Mineral Development Corporation Limited, Gateway Distriparks Limited, Union Bank of India, NBCC India Limited, Plutus IAS, National Thermal Power Corporation, Jagran Lake City University, Delhi Tourism, Portronics and LIC, and our education partner, Sharda University. Ladies and gentlemen, the late Ramnath Goenka, founder of the Indian Express Group, was a multifaceted person. He was a freedom fighter, a politician, an industrialist, and a newspaper magnate. But more than anything else, he was an indomitable warrior for the freedom of the press, and he carried his mission with unflagging zeal. The Indian Express Group continues with his legacy of setting the benchmark for daily journalism's ability to inform and interpret, to challenge and to provoke. It is my privilege to share with you all a short film on the founder of the Indian Express Group, Shri Ramnath Goenka.
Freedom fighter, fearless publisher, nation builder. Ramnath Goenka was defined by the battles he chose to fight. Against the British before independence, against the government during the emergency, against the corrupt across several decades. Battles he fought often at the cost to himself, battles he fought to empower every citizen.
कुछ लोग होते हैं जो अपने जीवन काल में अपने कार्यक्षेत्र से भी बाहर अपनी जगह बनाते हैं, लेकिन बहुत कम लोग होते हैं जो अपने जीवन काल के बाद भी अपने क्षेत्र में, अपने क्षेत्र की परिधि में अपना स्थान बनाते हैं, अमरत्व को प्राप्त करते हैं, और वो नाम है रामनाथ गोएंका जी का।
Ramnath Goenka was born on Akshaya Tritiya of 1904 in Darbhanga, Bihar. After his primary education, he moved to Calcutta and came under the tutelage of his maternal uncle Mahadev Lalji Dalmia. At 22, he moved to Madras to start trading in jute. There, Ramnath ji was influenced by Mahatma Gandhi's message of non-violent struggle. In response to Gandhiji's call for a pro-freedom English newspaper, the Indian Express was launched in 1932. It courageously gave voice to the millions of freedom fighters.
The publications brought out by him during the pre-independence period and thereafter testify to his patriotic spirit and fearlessness.
Fearless he was. During the Quit India movement, when Gandhiji was arrested and the press given gagging orders, Ramnath suspended the publication of the Express for a while. He said,
"If we went on publishing, the Indian Express may be called a paper, but cannot be called a newspaper."
At the dawn of independence, Ramnath was one of the members of the Constituent Assembly tasked with drafting India's constitution.
As a member of the first Constituent Assembly, he was one of the founding fathers of the world's largest democracy.
After independence, the Indian Express took to the role of nation building. Ramnath engaged some of the world's most recognized editors to bring in global standards to Indian journalism. He also played a leading role in creating the Press Trust of India. He was an imposing figure on the political scene. In the early 70s, the then Prime Minister, Indira Gandhi, split the Congress into Congress I and Congress O. Ramnath told her,
"You're making a big mistake, Indu.
Are you a friend or a foe?
The choice is yours."
In 1975, Mrs. Gandhi declared the emergency.
हमें अपनी आजादी कायम रखनी है.
Jayaprakash Narayan led a movement against the emergency with Ramnath's support. The government's approach to the press was to tame or take over. Several fraudulent cases of income tax violations were filed against the Express. This notice was sent to the Directorate of Advertising and Visual Publicity to stop advertising in all Express Group publications. Unlike today, in the late 70s, the government was the largest advertiser in the country.
The money was exhausted. Government was putting pressure, no ads, no money was given, even being realized from private sector.
To sell the ornaments of one's wife breaks one's heart. I said, "You, आपने कुछ बेचना पड़ा है क्या?" He said, "Yes, मुझको मैंने नेपाल में कुछ रखे हुए थे, वो बेचे कि मैं पेपर चला सकूं." That was the condition to which the paper had been reduced.
During the emergency, all edits were vetted. One day, when his edit was not cleared according to his liking, Ramnath published a blank editorial. The blank editorial became a global symbol of protest against censorship.
The blank editorial published by the Indian Express during emergency under the leadership of Ramnath was perhaps one of the strongest protests ever published against censorship in India.
The government forced him to resign from the board of his own company and appointed K.K. Birla as the chairman. An emotional Ramnath wrote to K.K. Birla,
"Parting with the Express is like parting with my son."
But Ramnath Goenka could never be kept apart from the Indian Express. He forced his way back in control as soon as the emergency was lifted. The newspaper grew back in strength, always putting journalism first.
बिजनेस और पत्रकारिता को अलग रखने का सबसे पहले अगर किसी ने देश में शुरुआत करी तो रामनाथ गोयंका जी ने की थी, और इसके लिए गोयंका जी को हमेशा याद किया जाएगा.
The award instituted in his name is now the most coveted journalism award across the country.
Ramnath Goenka ji.
Ramnath Goenka ji.
Ramnath Goenka. Mr. Ramnath Goenka.
Ramnath Goenka ji.
Ramnath Goenka.
Ramnath Goenka was the most fascinating gentleman that I ever knew.
The man and the newspaper he founded inspire journalists in India and across the world.
I now invite Mr. Vivek Goenka, Chairman and Managing Director of the Indian Express Group, to deliver the welcome address.
Your Excellency, President Srimati Droupadi Murmu ji, it is my absolute privilege and honor to welcome you as our chief guest and keynote speaker this evening at the Ramnath Goenka Awards for Excellence in Journalism for the year 2023. To acknowledge, to applaud, and nurture the finest journalism in our country today. Welcome all the award winners, your friends and family, our distinguished jury, Justice B.S. Sri Krishna, former Supreme Court Judge, Dr. Sri Rajkumar, founding Vice Chancellor of the O.P. Jindal Global School of Law, our philanthropist and author Rohini Neelankarni, former Chief Election Commissioner Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, former Vice Chancellor of the Makhandal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Communication and Director of the Indian Institute of Mass Communication, Mr. K.G. Suresh. A warm welcome to all of you, my friends, all of you who are devoted to public service sitting here. A welcome to our ladies and gentlemen present this evening. It's great to see good journalism can cut across all party lines. It's a full 20 years since the first edition of these awards, India's most credible awards, were started. At the Ramnath Goenka Foundation, we had felt that there was no better way to mark the birth anniversary or the birth centenary of our founder than to celebrate what was dearest to him, what he put everything on the line for excellence in journalism. Ramnaji knew 9 decades ago, by instinct and insight, that it was the free press, the right of citizens to search for the truth, to ask questions of those in power, to hold a mirror to ourselves, that lies at the very heart of the connect between a democratic state and the people. More importantly, he had an unshakable belief that the press can do this only if it had a protective shield. And one shield, of course, is the Constitution, the drafting of which he had a part in. But Ramnathji also knew that that may not be enough. To be true to the letter and spirit of the Constitution, especially to Article 19, the provision that guarantees free speech, what's needed, he believed, is not just individual courage, but also institutional commitment. In other words, the hard work and sacrifice that goes into building a newsroom, both the heartstrings and purse strings, as he called it, investing in talent that grows, protecting it, nurturing it, ensuring that it keeps pace with changes in technology and market, that it keeps meeting the changing aspirations of the readers, so that it renews its trust with the public every single day. Today, that means taking journalism to whichever device the reader chooses. Of course, that's easier said than done. Even in the United States, where a free press is a constitutional guarantee, the basic right is being eroded, even in some of the most hallowed of newsrooms owned by the richest of corporations. Partisanship and cynicism are the twin blows for journalism. That is why we couldn't have had, in this 20th year of the awards, in the 75th year of our Constitution, a more inspiring chief guest than President Murmu to give the awards away. the highest constitutional office in the world's largest democracy, giving away India's most prestigious and credible awards. The first tribal president, our youngest, the first president to be born after independence, President Murmu, is a shining story that calls out to us deeply and strongly. Growing up in rural Odisha, in Upar Beda village, in Mayurbhanj district, the first girl in her village to go to college, working in a government department to help a family meet both ends, then working as a teacher, choosing a life in politics, beginning as an elected councillor, an MLA in 2000, serving as a transport minister, moving to the neighboring Jharkhand as governor, and now the President of India. This is more than a CV, it is a journey of empowerment. Her tireless efforts in getting the Santali language included in the 8th schedule of the Constitution in 2004, working with the Vajpayee government, is a milestone in the empowerment of the marginalized. Her creative use of the university Lok Adalat is a classic example of governance in education. Hers is a life in public affairs that has no shortcuts, that works with odds stacked against it, that fights loss and challenge, withdrawing from the incredible power of personal resolve and commitment. Indeed, there is a Ramnathji link with this amazing arc. The first college President Murmu went to was the Rama Devi Women's College in Bhubaneswar, named after her inspiration, Rama Devi Chaudhary, a freedom fighter who worked closely with Mahatma Gandhi, who spoke out against untouchability and was arrested during the salt satyagraha. After independence, Rama Didi, as she was known, worked with Acharya Vinoba Bhave in the Bhudan movement, in which Ramnathji was also closely associated. Work that informs and inspires, renews journalism as it helps us better understand the other. This resonates with what President Murmu said in a recent interview. "My life is not only for me," she said. "It has other people who look up to me." This evening, we look up to her as we celebrate these powerful stories of other people and ourselves. Please join me in welcoming President, Her Excellency Droupadi Murmu. To share her thoughts with us and give away the Ramnath Goenka Awards for Excellence in Journalism. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, may I request Mr. Ananth Goenka, Executive Director, Indian Express Group, to present a special token to the Hon'ble President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu. This portrait is made by Subhajit De, illustrator from the Indian Express. Thank you very much. Request you to take your seats. Over the years, the Ramnath Goenka Excellence in Journalism Awards has recognized some of the finest names in Indian journalism. These awards have set a much-needed benchmark for journalism in the country and are open to journalists from print, digital, and broadcast media. It gives me great pleasure to introduce you to the esteemed jury of the 2023 awards. I would like to thank the jury members for selecting the winners that we are celebrating tonight.
The jury for the year 2023, Justice B.N. Srikrishna, jurist and former judge, Supreme Court of India, Professor C. Rajkumar, founding Vice Chancellor, O.P. Jindal Global University, Professor K.G. Suresh, former Vice Chancellor Makanlal Chaturvedi, National University of Journalism and Communication, and former Director General, Indian Institute of Mass Communication, Rohini Nilekani, Chairperson, Rohini Nilekani Philanthropies and Co-founder and Director, Ek Step, Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, former Chief Election Commissioner, Election Commission of India.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us proceed to the much-awaited awards presentation. May I request Hon'ble President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu, and Mr. Vivek Goenka, Chairman and Managing Director of the Indian Express Group, to do the honors. We begin the ceremony with the first category. In the category of Hindi,
the winner in print digital is Mridulika Jha, Aaj Tak, and in broadcast digital is Siddhant Mohan, the Lallan Top.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Please be seated. The second award is in the category of regional languages.
The winner in print digital is Jisha Elizabeth, Madhyamam, and in broadcast is Mandar Gonjari, ABP Majha.
Hearty congratulations and thank you so much. The next set of awards is in the category of Environment, Science and Technology Reporting.
The winner in print digital is Shivu Kumar Tripathi, India Today. And in broadcast digital are Joel Michael and Rohini Krishnamurthy, Down to Earth.
Many congratulations. The next set of awards is for Uncovering India Invisible.
The winner in print is Satya Sundar Barik, The Hindu. And in broadcast digital are Vishnukant Tiwari and Athar Radar, The Quint.
Many congratulations. Thank you very much. The next set of awards is for Business and Economic Journalism.
The winner in print is Tvesh Mishra, The Economic Times.
Many congratulations to you. The next set of awards is in the category of reporting on politics and government.
The winner in print is Maitri Porecha, The Hindu, and in broadcast is Ashutosh Mishra, India Today TV.
Congratulations to you. The next set of awards is in the category of sports journalism.
The winners in print are Shahab Ali and Amarnath Kashyap, Hindustan, and in broadcast digital are Tejas Vaidya and Enakshi Rajvanshi, BBC Hindi.
We can have louder applauses for these wonderful achievers, I think. Congratulations. The next set of awards is in the category of investigative reporting.
The winners in print are Mahinder Singh Manral, Meher Vasavda, Nihal A.P. Koshi, The Indian Express, and in broadcast is Anurag Dwari, NDTV.
Congratulations to all of you. We now move on to the category of feature writing.
The winner in print is Shubhajit Roy, The Indian Express.
Many congratulations to you. For the category of foreign correspondent covering India.
The winner in print digital is Nilesh Christopher, Rest of World.
Congratulations to you. We now move on to the next category that accolades the best in the field of civic journalism. In the category of Prakash Kardale Memorial Award for Civic Journalism,
The winners in print are Jeet Mashru and Somita Pal, Hindustan Times.
Congratulations to you. The next set of awards is in the category of photojournalism.
The winner is P. Ravi Kumar, the new Indian Express.
Congratulations to you. The next award is for the category of books non-fiction.
The winner is A.R. Venkatachalapati, Penguin Random House, India.
Congratulations to you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please put your hands together for all our winners of the Ramnath Goenka Excellence in Journalism Awards for the year 2023. Thank you, Honorable Chief Guest Srimati Droupadi Murmu, Honorable President of India, for presenting the awards. Request you all to please take your seats. May I now invite Mr. Raj Kamal Jha, Chief Editor, The Indian Express, to come up on stage to address the audience.
Namaskar. When the nation's first citizen joins us, when rivals in politics sit next to each other, Sarbanand Sonowal ji, Chirag Paswan ji, Anil Baluni ji, Ravi Shankar ji, Sanjay Raut, Manoj Jha ji, Karti, Javed Ali Khan Sahab, G.K. Vasan, Kamakhya ji, Chandrasekhar Azad, John Brittis and Mr. D. Raja. When there is standing room in this room and there is not a single YouTube star, there is not a single social media influencer, no creator of content or discontent. This is what a space to celebrate good journalism looks like. So thank you, Your Excellency, for securing that space. Mr. Goenka said, we feel moved and also inspired by your own journey, which is a powerful affirmation of the values we celebrate this evening. The resolve to dig deeper, to say, I need to learn more, the courage to face what you have said in your speech, Zindagi ke Tufan, and the understanding that we may have 1 billion plus cell phones, and we may post 1 million hours of video and audio, but there are so many countless citizens who are neither seen nor heard. It is their stories we need to find and we need to tell, like today's winners have done. So a very warm thank you to them. There were 27 winners who walked up on stage. 13 of them were in school when the Ramnath Goenka Award started. One was 6 years old, one was 9, 2 were 10 years old. Don't worry, I'm not going to reveal their names. But I mention this to make a point, a very simple point. For the obituaries of journalism that we read a lot these days, some very beautifully written, there will be school kids who will know better. Thank God for that. Thank you to the jury. You do more than judging. We began the Ramnath Goenka journalism in 2005. 4 years later, Facebook started the like button. This helped each one of us to form our own juries, to give each other a prize every day. You like me and I like you. Many of us still love this. Huh? We do it every day. That is why our jury is so special, their badge of honor richly deserved. In fact, this year's pool was the most competitive ever, a record 1,500 nominations from 75 newsrooms. And we are sure that next year will be more. Because as Your Excellency said in a speech in Dhanbad in 2017, you talked about the power of faith. You said it's like wearing warm clothes in winter, footwear in the summer, and building a shelter in the rain. Beyond this hotel auditorium, where the winter can be very harsh, the monsoon heavy, and where many feet are still bare, to find protection is one definition of good journalism that we can all also agree upon. Thank you very much, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you very much, Raj. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Honorable President Srimati Droupadi Murmu for the keynote address.
Chairman and Managing Director of the Indian Express Group, Sri Vivek Goenka ji, Executive Director Sri Anand Goenka ji, recipients of the Ramnath Goenka Excellence in Journalism Awards, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar. I am glad to be here with you for the Ramnath Goenka Excellence in Journalism Awards ceremony. These awards recognize and celebrate the best of our journalism. With this, we also honor the legacy of Ramnath Goenka, the founder of the Indian Express Group and a great icon of Indian media. He stood up for the freedom of press before independence as well as after independence. His newspaper refused to buckle during the emergency. The blank editorial it published became a telling symbol of a free press as well as a sign of hope for the restoration of democratic rights. Goenkaji's audacity was guided by the values he must have learned from our freedom movement. Many of the great leaders of the nationalist movement had taken to journalism to create awareness among the masses. Mahatma Gandhi, of course, was a journalist too. Among the many professions he made his own. His first long imprisonment in India was due to his writings in his journal, Young India. Gandhiji said, and I quote, "The sole aim of journalism should be service," unquote. Goenkaji's journalism was precisely that, is the service of fellow citizens. For Goenkaji, the idea of service was not limited to journalism only. His association with the father of the nation similarly extended to other activities too. In 1933, at a function where Gandhiji was collecting funds for horizon upliftment in first bid for a casket worth rupees 15, Goenkaji stepped forward with a bid of rupees 100. In 1935, when Gandhiji was re-elected as president of the Hindi Sahitya Sammelan, he said, this honor must have been due to his work of spreading Hindi in the South. He then named Sri Ramnath Goenka as one of the custodians of that mission. Ladies and gentlemen, the importance of free and fair journalism for democracy cannot be overestimated. If the citizens are not well informed, the democratic process loses their very meaning. News media is called the fourth estate because it plays a vital role in a modern state. As such, all of us have stakes in the health of this sector. With that concern in mind, I would like to offer my observations about some crucial issues, hoping that these remarks will lead to further discussion. First of all, a thriving newsroom full of ideas is essential for the business of news. One of my illustrious predecessors, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, had once emphasized in this forum itself the necessity of the research wing associated with the newsroom to ensure quality and accuracy of news. It is satisfying to know that the Indian Express has a vibrant newsroom with a research team. I also feel that news gathering, which is the soul of journalism, must be strengthened. You need to devote more resources in encouraging the culture of reporting from the ground. You cannot do that unless you have a viable business model for the sustenance. Earlier, newspapers and magazines sought to offer qualitative reporting and analysis, and readers bought their copies. A sufficient number of readers meant a good platform for advertisers who subsidized the cost. In recent decades, however, this model has been replaced by many hybrid models. Their success must be measured by their effect on the quality of journalism. It is true that there are only a limited number of sources of funding the world over. It could be the state or the corporate entities or the reader. While the first two have their own advantages and limitations, the third option of keeping the reader at the center is the most preferable option. It has only one limitation. Sustaining that model seems difficult. I understand leading news platforms around the world have been grappling with this challenge for some time. As stakeholders, we all should work together towards creating more awareness on this issue. I believe that profitability on one hand and the responsibility to the reader are not mutually exclusive. Indeed, they can be complementary. On the issue of content creation, we hope that we will soon reach a stage when malicious content will be weeded out and the so-called post-truth will go out of currency. Technological tools are also being applied to that end. We can hasten that process with proactive campaigns to educate citizens about these pitfalls. In fact, the hazard of deepfakes and the other misuses of artificial intelligence compel us to sensitize all citizens about this critical aspect of news. The young generation in particular should be educated to spot the bias and the agenda in any form of news report or analysis. Developing that critical faculty among young minds is indispensable for the future of the nation in general too. AI, meanwhile, is disrupting the world, creating new opportunities as well as new challenges in many sectors, including journalism. Machines have already started compiling and editing reports. The day might not be far when they would be able to carry out most of the work of journalists. What they lack, however, is empathy, which will be the one ingredient that can help journalists beat AI. Journalism based on human values is not going to be extinct ever. Ladies and gentlemen, the work of today's award winners is characterized by such human values in one way or the other. It highlights their concern for fellow citizens and for those who are not in a position to speak for themselves. My congratulations to the winners. As journalism relies on teamwork, I congratulate their colleagues who too contributed to their work. I am happy to know that the awards have a section on journalism in regional languages too. This will help highlight more ground reports from those regions of the country that are far from big cities. The Ramnath Goenka Awards have contributed to the process of raising the bar of excellence in Indian journalism and thus enriching the roots of our democracy. My best wishes to all of you for keeping us up the kind of journalism that matters. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
May I request everyone to please be seated. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations to all the winners. All winners are requested to collect their original checks from Ms. Kiran Kapila. Ladies and gentlemen, an event of this scale and proportion could not have been achieved without the unstinting support from our partners, our presenting partner TVS, associate partners Government of Madhya Pradesh, Government of Uttarakhand, Government of Haryana, Government of Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat Mineral Development Corporation Limited, Gateway Distriparks Limited, Union Bank of India, NBCC India Limited, Plutus IAS, National Thermal Power Corporation, Jagran Lake City University, Delhi Tourism, Portronics, LIC, and our education partner, Sharda University. The Ramnath Goenka Memorial Foundation today is proud to once again celebrate excellence in journalism. Thank you very much, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us for high tea. Namaskar.